뭐 하는 짓이야? 너 미쳤...
가서 말해. 제발 그만해.
얼마를 더 해야 돼, 이 새끼야.
The movie begins with a young man named Hyun returning home after becoming the youngest MMA world champion. While heading back, he happily receives a call from his mother, informing him that his younger sister, whom he hasn't seen in years, will also be returning home soon. However, when Hyun arrives at his house, it's dark and quiet. Everyone seems to be asleep already. He casually opens the refrigerator, but suddenly notices that his hand is now covered in blood. Horrified, Hyun turns around and finds his mother and sister lying on the floor dying. In shock, he barely has time to react as a mysterious attacker tries to strangle him from behind using a rope. But Hyun quickly reverses the situation, slamming the attacker down. Two more assailants appear, armed with knives. Despite being outnumbered, Hyun skillfully fights them off, brutally knocking them down. Overwhelmed by rage and grief at the sight of his dead family, Hyun continues punching the attackers until they're lifeless. Years later, the news spreads that the youngest MMA world champion has been sentenced to prison. Meanwhile, at a local high school, we meet Woo, a bright but timid student who is busy preparing to pursue higher studies. Around this time, a new transfer student named Suk, who is also a talented boxing athlete, arrives at their school. Initially welcomed by everyone, Suk quickly reveals his violent nature by beating the school's toughest bully during break time, becoming the new dominant figure. It turns out that Suk recognizes Woo as his former bullying victim from junior high school. Suk resumes tormenting Woo mercilessly, despite Woo's pleas. Woo's girlfriend bravely tries to intervene, but Suk only shifts his bullying toward her. Unable to stand it anymore, Woo begs Suk to stop, only to become the target once again. Finally losing control, Woo grabs a sharp pen and stabs Suk viciously in the eyes, leaving him bleeding and injured. Woo is swiftly brought to court, where he's found guilty and sentenced to several years in prison. Life behind bars is hard, but Woo manages to find friendship in a small group of inmates who prefer peace and avoid trouble at all costs. They warn him specifically about 3 dangerous individuals he must avoid: a massive, intimidating gangster leader, a smaller but extremely agile and ruthless criminal, and lastly, Hyun, the former MMA champion who was imprisoned years earlier. One day, while the prisoners are playing football, Woo and his friend are forced to join because the teams lack players. Woo, unfamiliar with the game, awkwardly stands still, irritating the other inmates. When Woo finally attempts to kick the ball, he accidentally kicks the wrong balls, hitting the large gangster leader instead. Infuriated, the man drags Woo away violently, clearly intending harm. At this desperate moment, Woo spots Hyun walking nearby. Knowing Hyun's reputation as a fighter, Woo desperately begs him for help. At first, Hyun appears indifferent, walking away without concern. But something suddenly changes in him, and feeling pity for Woo, he calmly asks the big man and his gang to let Woo go. Feeling disrespected, the huge gangster attempts to punch Hyun. With ease, Hyun dodges and effortlessly knocks him unconscious with a single slap, instantly saving Woo. Although Woo narrowly escapes this incident, he is still haunted by fear of future retaliation. Later that same day, Woo receives an unexpected visitor, Suk, his former bully, who maliciously promises that he'll be waiting for Woo's release from prison, vowing to kill him immediately. Overwhelmed by fear and regret, Woo bursts into tears, begging desperately for forgiveness, knowing that his life may never be safe again. Suk ignores Woo's pleas and coldly walks away. From that day onward, Woo feels constantly haunted by Suk's threats. One day, Woo finds Hyun exercising in the prison yard and nervously asks him to train him. Hyun, however, ignores him completely and continues his routine. The next day, Woo again approaches Hyun with the same request, but Hyun brushes him off once more. Frustrated by Woo's persistence, Hyun finally stops and confronts him directly. He warns Woo to forget about training if his goal is simply revenge or killing his enemies. Determined, Woo replies honestly that he just wants to live peacefully without being harassed or bullied. Touched by Woo's sincerity, Hyun changes his mind and instructs Woo to return the next day for his first training session. However, the training isn't going to be easy. Hyun challenges Woo, saying he'll accept him as a student only if Woo manages to keep up with him for 100 laps around the yard. Woo tries desperately, but Hyun effortlessly outruns him. Exhausted and nearly collapsing, Woo imagines Suk and the terrifying big gangster from the prison, regains his motivation, and pushes himself beyond his limits. Eventually, he collapses from exhaustion. The following day, Hyun meets the prison warden, who praises him for his excellent behavior and offers him special privileges. Hyun accepts this offer, but asks for a favor involving Woo. Soon after, Woo is surprised to discover he has been transferred to Hyun's cell, so he can focus completely on his training. Before Woo even has the chance to thank Hyun, he's immediately told to start doing push-ups, but embarrassingly struggles even to do one pull-up. As the days pass, Woo dedicates himself fully to training. He tirelessly practices push-ups, pull-ups, punching, and kicking techniques, and begins eating more to build strength. After several weeks, Woo's progress is impressive, surpassing even Hyun's expectations. He remains disciplined, even reading books while exercising, deeply impressing his prison friends. But soon, Woo receives upsetting news from his friend. Hyun will soon be transferred to another prison. Woo's confidence shakes, and he begins to doubt himself again. Noticing this, Hyun challenges Woo by asking how long he intends to hide behind him, pushing Woo to reclaim his determination. One day, Woo sees his close friend being dragged away and bullied by the big gangster's followers. No longer afraid, Woo bravely intervenes, using his newfound fighting skills to effortlessly defeat them, forcing them to retreat. The next day, the big gangster summons Woo directly. Woo tries to apologize for what happened, hoping to avoid further trouble, but the gangster doesn't accept his apology and brutally attacks him instead. Relying on his training, Woo skillfully dodges the attacks and fights back. Despite his courage, Woo's punches lack enough power, and soon the gangster overwhelms him, brutally knocking him down. Yet Woo's determination remains unbroken. Driven by sheer willpower, he rises once again, channeling his last bit of strength. In a fierce final effort, Woo repeatedly head-butts the gangster, delivering powerful blows until the bully finally collapses. Woo continues to punch relentlessly, finally standing victorious over his enemy. Hyun quickly steps in, stopping Woo before he takes things too far. Meanwhile, in the bustling heart of the city, Suk angrily confronts a gang, easily overpowering them single-handedly due to his exceptional fighting skills. His impressive performance catches the eye of a gang leader, who immediately approaches him, inviting Suk to join their ranks and train directly under his supervision. Suk accepts the offer, becoming a feared gang member and working as a nightclub bouncer. Back at the prison, Woo has grown significantly stronger and now regularly spars with his mentor, Hyun. Even though Hyun still easily beats Woo during their sessions, Woo keeps training tirelessly. Finally, one day, Woo manages to defeat Hyun for the first time. Hyun, feeling proud, reveals that this is his last day in prison. Both men become emotional as they face their inevitable farewell. Even after Hyun leaves, Woo struggles deeply to move on, constantly recalling his time with his mentor. Not long after, the short and nimble gangster decides to take advantage of Hyun's absence by challenging Woo to a fight. Initially, Woo declines, but the short gangster offers a tempting deal. If Woo wins, he promises to stop bullying anyone ever again. Woo accepts the challenge, and the fight is scheduled, with everyone in prison eagerly waiting to see the showdown. However, on the day of the fight, Woo is running late because Suk unexpectedly visits him, taunting him again. Suk reveals that he's now part of a powerful gang and eagerly awaits Woo's release so he can exact revenge. Eventually, Woo arrives at the fighting arena, where the nimble gangster is already waiting impatiently. Without wasting any time, the fight begins. The nimble gangster fights fiercely, displaying impressive speed and martial arts techniques similar to the Tekken character, martial law. Initially, Woo struggles against the quick attacks, suffering multiple hits. But Woo remains determined, recalling Hyun's teachings. He shifts into the MMA techniques he learned, but Woo digs deep, executing a powerful grappling move that finally locks his opponent down. The guards soon arrive, and Woo is declared the winner. True to their word, the gang leaders honor their agreement. From that point forward, they respect Woo, and the former rivals become close friends. Soon, Woo's release day arrives. Before leaving, he visits the training area where he and Hyun spent countless hours. As Woo walks out of prison, Suk appears, silently challenging Woo to settle things once and for all. They head to a nearby empty field to begin their ultimate showdown. The fight between Woo and Suk is brutal, with Suk initially dominating due to his experience as both a gangster and a skilled boxer. Woo is knocked down repeatedly, but refuses to stay down, driven by unshakable determination. At his most desperate moment, Wu recalls a special technique taught by Hyun. Summoning all his strength, Wu lands a precise, powerful punch directly into Suk's eye. The devastating blow makes Suk lose control, and he collapses to the ground, defeated. Wu walks away victorious, finally free from fear. In the final scene, Wu visits Hyun back at the prison. Hyun proudly greets his student, and the two friends happily talk, comparing themselves to a shark, a relentless predator that's always alert, always moving forward.